Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1969 Pennant race is on the air. Today's date is September 4, 1969. Big game here in the American League East at Tiger Stadium as the Baltimore Orioles take on the Detroit Tigers. Let's take a look at the standings here on September 4th. In the American League East, the Baltimore Orioles, a 10-game lead on the Boston Red Sox. Again, they should clinch the division very shortly. The Detroit Tigers at the moment are in third, but they're only a game ahead of the Senators for third place. The Yankees had a rough day yesterday in FastScore, and they've now dropped a 6 back of third place, even though they're above 500. They're not out of it, but the Yankees have some catching up to do. In the American League West, only 2 teams above 500, the Minnesota Twins and the Oakland Athletics. The Athletics are now in second place, trailing the Twins by a game and a half for the division. In the National League East, the Chicago Cubs now only have a 2.5-game lead on the Mets. The Cardinals are 7 back. The Pirates are 12 back, but the Pirates are 5 back of the Cardinals for third place. Right now, the Mets have a very good shot here at locking up second place if they don't take the division. The Cardinals, however, are 4.5 back of the Mets for that coveted number 3 spot, which means you avoid the wild card series. In the National League West, only 3 teams right now are above 500. Atlanta, San Francisco, and the Dodgers. The Reds are now under 500. I will not feature them until they're back over 500 because you must be over 500 in order to get into the postseason. This is a good race here. The Giants are only a game back of the Braves. The Dodgers only 4 back. So this is the standings as they show right here for September 4th, 1969. And we got a good game tonight here between the O's and the Tigers. Chuck Rawlings, Ben Witz, and DB are first to join us here at Tiger Stadium. The Orioles historically won this game. Baltimore 5 runs, 7 hits, and an error. The Tigers 4 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. So obviously it was a pretty good ball game, but we will see what happens tonight, and we will see what Inside Pitch has to show for us today as we go further into the pennant race. So, if we are all set and ready to go, let's get things started. Starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers tonight is Earl Wilson. 12 wins, 10 losses, a 3.31 ERA. He had 150 strikeouts and 65 walks in 69. Tiger Stadium, as usual, a hitter's park. 176 home runs, but adds 3 to strikeouts. Nothing adjustments to anyone else. So Tiger Stadium, definitely a hitter's park as it usually was throughout its inception. The Baltimore Orioles, I should let you know, have never lost a game on the board. They are 5-0. The Tigers have not lost a game on the board either. They are 4-0. So someone is going to get a loss in the loss column on the board. Remember, that tiebreaker is the first one concerning the stats. Jeremy Brooks now joins us here at Tiger Stadium. So let's go to the top of the first. Let's play some baseball. Leading off for the Orioles, be the left fielder, Don Buford. 291 average, 11 homers, 64 RBIs in 69. We're going to use blue, white, and white dice. Tigers are the home team. And it should be a good game, hopefully today, between the O's and the Cats. Birds and Cats. Let's play some baseball. Wilson, 2-1, blank. Buford, 6-1 against a righty. That's a ground ball to first base. And Norm Cash is going to go ahead and get that. For out number 1. Next batter will be the center fielder, Paul Blair. 285 average, 26 homers, 76 RBIs in 69. Wilson, 5-4, strikeout 9, swing. Nope, that's a cold strike 3 on Blair. He'll get him. First strikeout for Wilson, 2 down. And now we'll see the right fielder, Hall of Famer, and of course, one of the greatest of all time, Mr. Frank Robinson. 308 average, 32 homers, 100 RBIs. I don't think anybody has a problem if I do say he was one of the greatest of all time. Wilson, 4-5, strikeout, 18 will be high. Robinson, 1-6, and it's a base hit. He'll hit one past shortstop, and Robinson gets a single. And now the first baseman, Boog Powell, and he was one big man. 304 average, 37 homers, 121 RBIs in 69. Robinson had 9 stolen bases. He won't get any here. Wilson, 4-5, strikeout, 2, swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning is over. Second strikeout for Wilson. No runs and a hit for the Orioles, and we will go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles tonight is Tom Phoebus. 14 wins, 7 losses, a 3.53 ERA, 117 strikeouts, 82 walks in 69. Probably will not be on the main 3 for the Orioles in the in the postseason. That's probably going to be McNally, Cuellar, and Palmer. But Phoebus will probably make his way into the bullpen somehow. We go to the bottom of the first. Leading off for the Tigers will be the shortstop, Tom Tresh, 211 average, 14 homers, 46 RBIs. Phoebus, 4-6, that's a blank. Tresh, 6-6, ground out to second. Taken care of there by Davey Johnson, who will be a championship manager from one of the greatest baseball teams ever in 1986. That'll bring up the center fielder, Jim Northrup, 295 average, 25 homers, 66 RBIs. David Vega joins us here at Tigers Stadium. Phoebus, 3-6, blank. Northrup, 3-5. That's fly to left field. Don Buford will say, I will get it, and he will. And now that will bring up the right fielder, some bum who I don't even, he's not a Hall of Famer. Some bum by the name of Al Kaline, 272 average, 21 homers, 69 RBIs. I'd trade him for a pack of cigarettes. Phoebus, 2-4, wild pitch, that's a blank. Kaline, a 1-5, and it's a base hit past short. And Kaline will go ahead and get a single. So he's on first. And that will bring up the first baseman, Norm Cash. 280 average, 22 homers, 74 RBIs in 69. Kaline on at first, and he'll stay there. Phoebus, 5-5, blank. Cash, 6-1, ground out, second base. And once again, Davey Johnson will go ahead and get it and toss it over and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Cats. No score after 1. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Orioles will be the best fielding third baseman of all time, Hall of Famer, of course, Mr. Brooks Robinson. 234 average, 23 homers, 84 RBIs that year. Wilson, 3-5, blank. Robinson, 2-3, ground out to short. That'll be handled by Tresh, and over to first it goes. And now the batter is the second baseman, Davey Johnson, who, as I said, will be a championship manager in 86 for one of the greatest baseball teams ever. 280 average, 7 homers, 57 RBIs in 69. Wilson, 1-3 against a righty. It's a blank. Johnson, 6-3. That's a ground out to second. Taken care of there by Tommy Matchek. And he'll throw it over. And now the catcher, Ellie Hendricks, 244 average, 12 homers, 38 RBIs in 69. Wilson, 6-1. That's a blank. Hendricks, 3-3, and that's ground ball to second base again. And once again, Matchek will get it, take his time, and over to first it goes. 1, 2, 3, go the Blackbirds. We go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Tigers, we the left fielder, Willie Horton. 262 average, 28 homers, 91 RBIs in 69. Phoebus, 2-4, wild pitch. It's a blank. Horton, 3-5. That's hit to right field. That's an 11 against a righty. That is going to be a double. So Willie Horton will start the inning with a leadoff double. He'll hold at second base. And speaking of second base, that's the next batter, and that's Tommy Matchick. 242 average and 32 RBIs in 69. Horton will stay where he is. Phoebus, 2-6 against a lefty, home run result, but Matchick has zeros. It won't matter. Matchick, 3-5, and that's a ground ball to first base. That'll be handled by Powell, and he'll take it to the bag himself. Horton will go to third, and that is out number one. And that will bring up the catcher, Bill Freehan. 262 average, 16 homers, 49 RBIs. Chuck Rawlings believes Bill Freehan should be in the Hall of Fame. Debatable. I don't really think so. I really don't. Debatable. Infield's going to be in. Phoebus will go ahead and strategy roll first. Nothing on the 16. Phoebus, 1-1. That's a walk plus 10, and he'll walk him easily. So now runners at the corners here after a walk. First walk given up by Phoebus. And now the third baseman, Don Wirt. 225 average, 14 homers, 50 RBIs in 69. Infield is going to go back to double play. Strategy, nothing on the 11. Phoebus, 2-2, strikeout 13. That just missed. Wirt, 2-5. It's a ground ball to short. 3-3-4. Second base, pivot Johnson +1. A 1-5. It's a double play. And it's a 6, of course. Horton will come in to score. The only play is to first. Freehan will get to second. It's 1-0 Cats. Oh, always, every time I need a 1-5, they always roll a 6. So that will be a ground ball. Ground ball to short, but he does get the RBI, and the run scores 1-0 in favor of the Tigers. And now they'll bring up the pitcher, Earl Wilson, a 132 average and 6 RBIs, capable. 2 men out now, but Freehan on at second. Strategy, he will stay. Phoebus, 5-6 against a righty. That's an automatic out, and that will be a grounder to second base, handled by Davey Johnson. Over to first it goes to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, and a walk. The Tigers take a 1-0 lead here after 2. Tigers are not trying to catch the Orioles, because nobody really should catch the Orioles. Tigers are trying to wrap up the third place in the American League East. The Red Sox are pretty much going to wrap up second place in that division. Top of the third, leading off for the Orioles, will be the shortstop, Mark Belanger. 287 average, 2 homers, 50 RBIs in 69. That was Wirt's ghost bringing up the double play. Okay. Let's see. Wilson, 6-1, blank. Belanger, 3-5. That's ground out to short, taken care of there by Tresh. And Tresh will toss it over for the first out. That'll bring up the pitcher, Tom Phoebus. He can hit 200 average and 4 RBIs in 69. Wilson, 5-2. That's a blank. Phoebus, 1-1, and it's a base hit to left field. Tom Phoebus will get a single. And Tom Phoebus goes ahead and stands at first base and says, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. That'll bring up Buford. Buford 0 for 1. Infield is at double play. Phoebus, of course, not going to do anything. I doubt it. He won't. Wilson will go ahead and pitch. Wilson, 3-3 against the switch left. That's a single right past the pitcher and up the middle. And Phoebus, I don't think he'll have the speed to get to third, and he won't. And he'll hold at second base. So Phoebus goes to second, but Buford now gets a base hit. Runners at first and second now for Blair. Blair is 0 for 1. Anything on Strat? Nope. Wilson will go ahead and pitch to Blair. Wilson. 4-2. That's at the park. Tiger Stadium. 6-3. And that is a ground ball to second. 2-2-3. Shortstop. Pivot. Treasure 0. A 1-3. It's a double play. No. Phoebus will get to third. Buford, I think his base running rating is a 4, but I still think with the new rules, a double play, I believe it is still done, and yes. So Buford thrown out at second, Blair gets to first, but that's out number 2. So fielder's choice for Blair, but now here comes Robinson. Robinson got a single his first time up, and field back, and that is a 2. Blair gets the steal sign. 15 plus 1 is 16. Freehand plus 1 is 17. But Robinson's a heck of a hitter. I just don't think you take it with as evil as my D20 usually is. They're not going to send him. They're going to let Robinson hit. Wilson, 4-4 against the righty. Strikeout 3. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. No runs on 2 hits. For the O's, they strand a couple of base runners. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Top of the order for the Tigers. Here's Tom Tresh. He's 0 for 1. Phoebus, 5-1. Walk 3. Yes, that's ball 4. He will walk Tresh. The Tigers will go ahead and get a walk. That's the second walk issued by Phoebus. It'll bring up Northrup. Northrup is 0 for 1. Infield of that double play. And nothing on the 13. Tresh will stay there. Phoenix Knight joins us here at Tigers Stadium. I got to say something, Phoenix. Your channel is full of a lot of great stuff. You just keep on going, man. You're showing a whole bunch of great stuff all over the place. Not just baseball, but war games and everything. Phoenix Knight, keep it up, brother. Your channel is awesome. Phoebus, 6-5, strikeout 10. Cold strike 3 on Northrup. He got him. And that is going to be the first strikeout for Phoebus. 1 out. Northrup should have swung at that. Here is K-Line. K-Line's the next batter. K-Line is got a base hit his first time up. Tresh on at first. He'll stay at first. Phoebus. 2-5. That's a walk plus 10. That will walk K-Line. So now the Tigers are in business with runners at first and second on another walk. That's the third walk given up by Phoebus. Now the batter is Cash, and Cash is 0 for 1. Runners at first and second. That's a 3, nothing happening. Phoebus will go ahead and pitch. Phoebus, 5-4, strikeout 11, and that's a called strike 3 on Cash. Struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Phoebus. Cash should have swung at that one also. They painted the black. And now here's Horton. Horton got a double his first time up. Anything on the strategy? Nope. Phoebus will pitch. 1-1. That's a walk plus 10, and he will walk Horton. So Phoebus is doing walk, strikeout, and now walk. So now the bases are loaded. But can Tommy Matchick pay for Phoebus's mistakes? Fourth walk issued by Phoebus. Strategy, nothing on the 14. Phoebus will now pitch to Matchick. The bases are loaded. Strange inning for Phoebus, but he's got to put together a good pitch here. Phoebus, 3-3, error on a grounder. Matchick, 1-1. Nope, that's a fly ball to left field. That'll be capped by Buford, and he will make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across except 3 walks. The Tigers strand the bases loaded. Still 1-0 though in favor of the Cats after 3. Stadium groans. Top of the fourth, leading off for the Blackbirds will be Boog Powell. He's 0 for 1. Wilson, a 6-1 blank. Powell, 5-1 base hit. Hits one to right field. And Powell leads off the inning with a single. Wilson can pitch to 25 and Phoebus to 24. The next batter is Robinson. Robinson is 0 for 1. Infield double play. Powell will stay. He will stay put. Wilson, 6-3. Strikeout 7. Called strike 3 on Robinson. Wow, these batters are not swinging, and Earl Wilson is getting some big Ks. That's the fourth strikeout for Wilson. And why I call it a called strike 3 is I usually, if the number lands on the number that it would be, okay, plus it here, I call that a called strikeout. And of course, if it lands on the number that it would be if it was a minus. So Robinson should have swung at that. Now the batter is Johnson. And Johnson is 0 for 1. Strategy roll. Powell stays put. Wilson, 5-6. Home run chance. Righty 1-12. The 18 is too high. Johnson, 3-3. He grounds it to short. 3-3-4. Second base pivot. Magic a 0. A 1-4. It's a twin killing. Nope. It's another 6. Powell will get to second base. The only play he had was the first to get Johnson 2 away. So that was all they could get from Tresh. But it allows the Orioles another batter, and here is Hendricks. Hendricks is 0 for 1. Powell on at second, and nothing on the 10. Wilson, 5-1. That's at the park. Tiger Stadium, 3-3. And it's a ground ball to shortstop, once again handled by Tresh. He'll take his time and toss it over and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Orioles. And right now, Earl Wilson is pitching a heck of a game as we go to the bottom of the fourth. The Tigers, however, only have a 1-0 lead. Bill Freehan leads off for the Big D. He walked his first time up. Phoebus, 6-5, strikeout 4, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is the third K for Phoebus. And now the batter is Wirt. Wirt's 0 for 1. Phoebus, 6-4. That's at the park. Tiger Stadium, 2-6. That is a home run to the pull side against a righty. Wirt needs an 11, and he's going to miss it. That's a 13. It'll die out there. And going after that, it's going to be the left fielder, Buford, and he'll make the catch. It'll be a fly out the left, 2 down. Wow, Wirt just missed it. The wind might have gotten a hold of it and just killed it out there. Now the batter is Wilson. Wilson is 0 for 1. Phoebus, 4-4. Error on a throw. Wilson, 6-6. Nope, that's a fly ball to left field. And Buford will get that one, make the catch, and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Cats. 1-0 after 4. Now at the top of the fifth, and Mark Belanger leads off for Beemore, and he is 0 for 1. Wilson, 1-2 against a righty. It's a blank. Belanger, 4-4. Has hit the left field, but Horton's going to get to that one, and he'll make the catch, out number 1. And now here's Phoebus. Phoebus got a single his first time up. Wilson, 6-3, strikeout. Not this time. Swinging a miss, struck him out. And that is the 5th K for Wilson, 2 away. And now Buford. Buford is 1 for 2. Both these teams are undefeated on the board. The Orioles are 5-0. The Tigers are 4-0. Neither team has lost an inside pitch. Wilson, 5-6. Home run chance. That 13 is too high. Buford, 5-2, but he gets a base hit anyway, and that'll be a single past third. Buford gets his second hit of the game. And now the batter is Blair. Blair is 0 for 2. Buford had 19 stolen bases. He's not going. Wilson will go ahead and he will pitch. Wilson, 6-2. Possible error. Blair, 5-2. That's a fly ball to center field. Going after that is Jim Northrup. His error rating is a 4. That's a 17. He'll make the catch and end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Orioles. Still 1-0 going in the bottom of the 5th. As XSG2 and Doug Hunt join us here at Tigers Stadium. Top of the order for the Tigers, here's Tom Tresh. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Phoebus, 6-2, hit by pitch. Nope, 12 is high. Tresh, 3-6, and a line out right to third. Robinson is there to get it, and he gloves it out number 1. And now here's Northrup. Northrup is 0 for 2. Phoebus, 5-5. That's a blank. Northrup, 1-1 against a righty that's hit hard to right field, but he'll stay in there. And Frank Robinson's going to get that and make the play. And now here's Mr. Tiger. K-Line is 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Phoebus, he'll go ahead and pitch. Phoebus, 4-2, strikeout 8, cold strike 3 on K-Line. Struck him out, and the inning is over. 4th strikeout for Phoebus, and 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers. 1-0 still after 5. XS need an upset or two. So far, a very chalk season, but the postseason can change that. XSG2, you know very well how my postseasons go. You know very well how my postseasons go. Did you really think the Kansas City Royals would win the 1972 World Series on my channel? I don't think anybody had that team winning it. I certainly didn't. We go to the top of the 6th. And leading off for the Orioles will be Frank Robinson. Cutter Historical joins us here at Tigers Stadium. Robinson is 1 for 2. Wilson, 2-6, strikeout 6, swing and a miss, struck him out. That's a 6K for Wilson. He struck out Robinson twice. It'll bring up Powell, and Powell's 1 for 2. And that's the thing I like about my expanded postseason. You really have no idea who's going to get there. Yeah, the regular season may go chalk, but that don't mean anything. Remember, out of all the replays I've done, the only 2 teams to make the World Series historically was my 1981 replay where the Dodgers did play the Yankees. But the Yankees won that World Series, not the Dodgers. That's the only World Series where the 2 historical teams made it. Everybody else, you never know. Wilson, 2-5, error on a throw. Powell, 5-3. That's going to be a base hit to center field. Center fielder Northrup has an error rating of 4. He will not make a throwing error. He'll hold on to that and easily throw it in. And Powell will have a single. And now here's Robinson. Robinson is 0 for 2. Infield at double play. Strategy for Powell. He ain't going anywhere. Wilson, 3-1. Strikeout 12. That's too high. Robinson, 1-3. And against a righty, it's a base hit past second base. Powell does not have the speed to hold at second. So Powell gets the second now. 2 base hits. And a chance now for Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 2. Strategy. Nothing on the 14. Wilson will go ahead and he will pitch. Wilson, 5-5. Range play. Johnson, 5-2. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Tom Tresh. His range is a 3. He's got it. 3-3-4. Second base, pivot, work. It's like Matchick, a 0. A 1-4, it's a double play. They got it. Side retire. 6-4-3 double play, no runs, 2 hits for the Orioles. And a little flash leather there by Tom Tresh. And he gets up and makes the play to turn it. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. A battle of 2 undefeated teams here on the board. Neither one of these teams have lost on inside pitch. Orioles are 5-0. Tigers are 4-0. And that Tiger, remember, board record is the #1 tiebreaker. Norm Cash will lead off for the Tigers. He's 0 for 2. 1-0 in favor of the Cats. Phoebus, 6-4. That's at the park. Cash, 6-5. And that's grounded to third. That'll be handled by the vacuum cleaner. And he will suck it up and blow it over to first for out #1. Next up is Horton. Horton is 1 for 1, a double and a walk. Have I ever had a team run the table and never lose on the board? No. Phoebus, 1-1, walk plus 10. That will walk Horton easily, and he'll trot to first. Walk given up to Horton, and will now bring in Magic. I did have seasons where nobody lost in the regular season, but did lose in the postseason. And last year in 1972 postseason, the Houston Astros went 7-0 to start the postseason. They swept the division series and swept the championship series, but they lost the Kansas City Royals in the World Series. Might want to check out that postseason. That was 72 season was pretty darn good. They all are, actually. Horton on at first. The batter now is Magic. Magic is 0 for 2. Horton, let's see. Is he going to do anything? No. Phoebus, 2-6 against the lefty. That's a home run result, but Magic has zeros. Phoebus keeps on putting it right over the plate, but Magic just doesn't have any power. Magic, 2-1, and he grounds it to second. 2-2-3. Shortstop, Pivot Belanger, +1, 1-4, double play. No, another 6. The throw will go to first. Horton gets into second base, and that's out #2. Now the batter is Freehand. Phoebus is tired, but he says he can go. He's due to bat third in the 7th. So Tom Phoebus says, let me get the last out. But if he gives up a run, he'll come out. Horton on at second. Freehand, the batter, he is 0 for 1 with a walk. Strategy, nothing on the 2. Horton stays where he is. Phoebus will go ahead and pitch. Phoebus, 2-1. Range play. Freehand, 4-3. It's a ground ball to short. Once again, that ball is hit to Mark Belanger. His range is a 3. He'll flash the leather easily. He's got it. And he throws to first to get Freehand. And the side is retired. Nothing across except a walk. Still a 1-0 lead for the Tigers after 6 in this very fast-moving ball game, as most pitchers' duels usually are. Interesting having a pitcher's duel between these two. The ERA combined is 6.8. I usually expect around somewhere between maybe like 4 to 8 runs between those two. We go to the top of the 7th. I know Chuck Rawlings hoping his Tigers can hold on to the 1-0 lead. Ellie Hendricks leads off for the Orioles. He's 0 for 2. Wilson will be tired after Hendricks. Wilson, 4-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. Hendricks, 4-4. He hits one to right field, but Al Kaline will get to it, and he'll make the catch for out #1. Wilson is now tired, but he's going to stay in there. And now here's Belanger. Belanger is 0 for 2 as Marlon Price joins us here at Tigers Stadium. Wilson will pitch. Wilson, 6-5, error on a grounder. Belanger, 1-5. That's a base hit to center field. Center fielder Northrup has an error rating of 4. That's a 19. He will not make an error. He'll collect it easily. and throw it in, and that will be a single for Belanger. That brings up the pitcher, Tom Phoebus, but that will do it for him, as the Orioles are going to go to the bench. And coming on to pinch hit for the Orioles will be Andy Etchebarren, 249 average, 3 homers, 26 RBIs. He will pinch hit here for the O's. Earl Wilson is tired. He's due to bat second. He says, I can get out of this inning. What did we say? That McLean has a 1-run lead? No, it was McLean who had a 3-run lead, and that's all you guys needed. Infield at double play depth. Tigers lead 1-0. Strategy. Nothing on the 16. Wilson says he can go. He will pitch. Wilson, 4-2. That's at the park. Tiger Stadium, 2-6. And that is a home run to the pull side. Against the righty, Etchebarren needs an 11. That's a 6. And you just don't see great managing, okay, on that other channel with the fluffy cat. Kaboom! That ball is pretty high. That ball is pretty deep. And that ball is pretty gone. Pinch hit homer, Andy Etchebarren. Stadium barfs. Yeah. A 2-run bomb by Andy Etchebarren off the bench. And that wasn't Wilson's fault. That was Etchebarren just going ahead and powering that out of here. And it's now 2-1 in favor of the Orioles. That'll bring up Buford, and that'll do it for Earl Wilson. He will come out. He is done. And that one is gone. We'll see a new pitcher for the Tigers, and it will be coming on to pitch for the Tigers is going to be Pat Dobson. 5 wins, 10 losses, 9 saves, 3.59 ERA. So Dobson will be the second pitcher. Wilson, unfortunately, leaves with a loss on a big-time bomb by Etchebarren off the bench. Still 1 out here in the top of the 7th, but now a 2-1 Oriole lead. Dobson, 6'5", strikeout, 18 is high. Buford, 2-6. That's a ground out to first base, handled by Norm Cash. And Cash will take it to the bag himself. And now here's Blair. Blair is 0 for 3. Dobson, he'll pitch. Dobson, 5-1, strikeout 5. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and the inning is over. 2 runs on 2 hits. A 2-run bomb by Andy Etchebarren off the bench, a pinch hit home run. It's 2-1 now in favor of the O's. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we have 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next game will be tomorrow night, and it will be September 7th. And we are going back to Oakland Alameda County Coliseum for a big matchup between the Minnesota Twins and the Oakland Athletics. Dave Boswell will be going for the Twins, and Fred Talbot will be going for the Athletics. The Twins right now have a 1.5 game lead on the A's. And that's the reason why I chose this game for tomorrow. There were some good choices, yes, but this one is a battle between two teams that right now are fighting for the division. And remember, getting that division is important, guarantees you a division series matchup. Right now, the A's are the number 5 seed. They would have to go play the 4 in a 1-game playoff to decide who goes to division series. Since I use my ladder system. That'll be tomorrow, the Twins and the Athletics at Oakland Alameda Coliseum. Bottom of the 7th here, Orioles now have a 2-1 lead. And leading off for the Tigers will be Don Wirt. And Wirt is 0 for 2. Orioles need a pitcher. And coming on to pitch for the Orioles is going to be a right switch hitter and a switch. Coming on to pitch for the Orioles is going to be Dave Leonard. 7 wins, 4 losses, a save, a 2.49 ERA. Leonard pretty much the setup man, as they're going to use him to set up Eddie Watt for the ninth. So Dave Leonard will go ahead and pitch to Wirt here in the bottom of the 7th. Leonard will deal. Leonard 2-5 against a righty. It's a blank. Wirt 1-1. Ground ball to third, handled by the vacuum cleaner. And he'll throw it and he'll suck it up and blow it over to first. 1 out. Pat Dobson. He's actually a pretty decent pitcher. Let me just look at his batting card. I may, however, go to the bullpen anyway. He can hit, actually. Dobson, he'll come out. That'll be it for Dobson. Coming on to pinch hit for the pitcher will be Mickey Stanley. 235 average, 16 homers, 70 RBIs in 69. John Haverly joins us here at Tigers Stadium. Leonard, a 1-2. That's a blank. Stanley, 6-2. Ground out to second base. Davey Johnson will go ahead and get it and throw it over for out number 2. And now here's Tresh. Tresh is 0 for 2 with a walk. Leonard, a 6-3. That's an automatic out. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Paul Blair will go ahead and get that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. A great call bringing in Dave Leonard. You just don't see top-of-the-line managing like on that other channel with the fluffy cat. 2-1 after 7. We go to the top of the 8th. Leading off for the Orioles will be Frank Robinson. And he is 1 for 3. Tigers need a pitcher. And let's see who they're going to go ahead. And they're going to go ahead and bring out. Coming on to pitch for the Tigers is going to be Fred Lasher. 2 wins, a loss, no saves, a 3.07 ERA. Lasher's job to keep it where it is, at least, and if necessary. So Fred Lasher will come out to pitch, and he'll pitch to Robinson, who's 1 for 3. Top of the 8, 2-1 O's. Lasher, 2-1. That's against a righty. It's an automatic out, and that's ground out to second base. That'll be handled by Tommy Matchik for out number 1. Here comes Powell. Powell is 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles. Lasher, 2-1. Against a lefty, that's a blank. Powell, 5-2. That's a deep fly ball to left, but it's gonna stay where it is. Left fielder Willie Horton will get to it, and that is out number 2. And now the vacuum cleaner, he's 1 for 3. Lasher will pitch. Lasher, 4-4. Wild pitch, that's a blank. Robinson, 1-5, hit the center field straight away, but Northrup says he'll get to it, and he'll make the play and retire the side. Nice job by Lasher. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Dave Leonard will stay on the mound for the Orioles. And leading off for the Big D will be Jim Northrup. He is 0 for 3. You kind of think he's due for a hit here. Leonard will pitch to Northrup. Fans here at Tiger Stadium hoping they can get something going here. 2-1 Orioles. Leonard, 6-4, strikeout 14. That's too high. Northrup, 5-6, and he hits a set one to fly ball to center. Paul Blair says he'll go ahead and take it himself, which he has to because he's only one there, one out. Here's Mr. Tiger. He is 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Leonard, a 1-6, strikeout 6, swing and a miss, struck him out number 2. This Orioles team is going to be, this Baltimore Orioles team, even though I have expanded playoffs, they're going to be a very tough out. Here comes Cash. Cash is 0 for 3. I still don't know how this Orioles team lost to my Mets in '69. Leonard, 6-6, range play. Cash, 4-6, fly ball to left field. Going after that is Don Buford. His range is a 4. That's a 2. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Tigers. The Tigers have been kept hitless. They haven't gotten a hit since the second inning. 2-1 after 8. Top of the ninth. Lasher will stay on the mound. And he will pitch to Davey Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 3, though. Lasher, 5-5 against a righty. Strikeout 5. Cold strike 3 on Johnson. And he gets him one away. He stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by. Here's Hendricks. Hendricks is 0 for 3. Lasher, 6-4, strikeout 15. That will be high. Hendricks, 2-3, and he popped out to first base. And Norm Cash is going to be in foul territory. But he's going to get that for out number 2. And now Belanger. Belanger is 1 for 3 with a single. Lasher, they'll go ahead and pitch. Lasher, 6-5. That's at the park. Tiger Stadium, 5-3. And that is a ground ball to third, handled easily there by Wirt. Wirt will take his time, toss it over, and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Orioles. Fred Lasher does the job. 2-1 lead, though. But will we see some ninth inning magic? We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Willie Horton leads off. Dave Leonard coming out of the game. And the Orioles will go to their closer. And he was pretty darn good. That's going to be Eddie Watt. 5 wins, 2 losses, 16 saves, a 1.65 ERA. So Leonard actually will get the hold. And Watt going for the save. So Eddie Watt will come on to pitch to try to get this game over. Watt will go ahead and deal. Watt, 2-5 against a righty. That's an automatic out. And that's going to be hit to left field. And Buford will get to it and make the catch. 1 out. And now the batter is Matchick. Matchick is 0 for 3. Will he bat, though? Let me see. I think he will. Yeah, he's going to bat. He's going to bat. Matchick will swing the bat. 1 out here, bottom of the ninth. Watt with the deal. Watt, 3-2. Strikeout plus 10. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's out number 2. As that 4 easily gets Matchick. And now the last chance for the Tigers will be Bill Freehan. Freehan walked his first time up. He's 0 for 2. Chuck Rawlings says Bill Freehan belongs in the Hall of Fame. As I said earlier, that's debatable. Watt will go ahead and set up. The fans here at Tiger Stadium, hoping that Freehan can get it done. Watt will pitch. Watt, 5-2. That's a range play. Freehan, 1-5. It's pumped up to second base. Going after it is Davey Johnson. He's in the short outfield. His range is a 3. And he's going to get under it, tap his glove, puts out his glove, blop, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. The Orioles will beat the Tigers tonight 2-1 in a very fast pitching matchup. Stadium groans. What a job by Orioles pitching. They only allowed 2 hits in this game. And the only play was a ground ball that allowed a run to score by Don Wirt. But the Orioles will take a 2-1 victory here over the Tigers. The Tigers, that's their first loss on the board. Could make a difference depending the Yankees and the Senators as we move through the pennant race. Final line score coming up. For the Orioles, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. For the Tigers, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Tom Phoebus. He will get the win. Earl Wilson takes a tough luck loss. Dave Leonard gets a hold, and Eddie Watt does pick up the save. So a big win here for the Orioles, and they'll take the victory. They will now go to 94-43. The Tigers now drop to 73-63. But of course, still a little bit more to do, for the 10-minute ticker is next. That was a very fast game. 50 minutes. I'm not sure. I know that wasn't my quickest game of the year. I think my quickest game of the year was like under 45 minutes, I think. When I get a pitcher's duel, my games go by very fast. That's because I'm actually a pretty quick roller. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Orioles will take a 2-1 victory over the Tigers. But let's see how the rest of the majors goes here. White Sox and the Angels for September 4th. White Sox 761, and that is 6. Angels 352, and that's 4. That is a win for the Pale Hose. Minnesota at Oakland. The top 2 teams in that division. Minnesota 1436, and that is 5. Athletics 734, that's 3. And the Twins will take a longer lead out there. Kansas City at Seattle. Royals 735, that is 3. Pilots 934, and that is 3. And that is also 3. They will have extras. Kansas City rolls a 1 plus 0. Seattle rolls a 2 plus 0. That will be a win for the Flyboys. Dodgers and the Padres. The Dodgers are 4 back of the Braves for the division. Dodgers 942, and that is 4. Padres minus 362. That's 3. Wow. And that's still going to be a win for the Dodgers. On to September 5th. Washington at Boston. Big series there. The Red Sox are in second place. They're going to probably clinch that easily because they have a 10-game lead on Detroit. But the Senators are now only a half game back of Detroit with the Tiger loss for third. Washington 912, that is 0. Boston 653, and that is 4. And the Senators will not be able to gain a game. White Sox and the Angels. White Sox 945, that is 4. Angels 536, that is 3. And that is a win for the White Sox. Yankees at Cleveland. The Indians, of course, are out of it. They're pretty much eliminated. But these 2 games for the Yankees are very important. The Yankees are 6 back of third. Yankees 351, and that is 3. Indians 162, that is 4. The Indians boil that one. Yankees 862, and that's 6. Indians 255, that is 4. They will split the twin bill. Baltimore at Detroit. Orioles 11-42, and that is 4. Tigers 4-11, that's 0, another win for the O's. Minnesota at Oakland. Minnesota 12-56, and that is 7. Oakland 11-55, and that is 6. And the Twins now have a 3.5 game lead on the Athletics. Kansas City at Seattle. Royals 10-32, that's 3. Pilots 9-62, that is 6, a win for the Flyboys. Pirates and the Cubs. The Cubs lead the Mets 2.5 in the division. The Pirates are 5 back of the Cardinals for 3rd. Pirates need some help, but they got to win games. Pirates 11-43, and that is 5. Cubs 13-42, and that is also 5. They will go into extras. Pirates roll a 5 plus 0. Cubs roll a 6 plus 0. That will be a win for the Cubs. Braves and the Reds. The Braves have a 1-game lead on the Giants in the NL West. The Reds are under 500. Atlanta 13-35, and that is 4. Reds 8-36, and that is 3. That's a win for the Bravos. Giants and the Astros. The Giants are 1 game back of the Braves. Giants 5-35, and that is 3. Astros 5-24, and that is 2. That's a win for the Giants. The Astros, by the way, are under 500. I do not think the Astros are going to make the postseason. Phillies and the Mets in a doubleheader. The Mets need to they're playing the Phillies or pretty much are done. Mets need to win both these games. Philadelphia 166, and that's 7. Mets 8-45. They're not winning that one. Phillies win the first. Phillies 7-45, and that is 4. Mets 8-34, and that is 3. Wow. 2 bad losses by the Mets against the Phillies. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 9-44, and that is 4. Padres 1-34, and that is 2. A win for the Dodgers. Expos and the Cardinals. The Cardinals are 4.5 back of the Mets for 3rd. They still have a lead on the Pirates. Expos 7-12, that's 0. Cardinals 11-56, that is 6. And the Redbirds will get that win. On to September 6th, Washington at Boston. Washington 12-62, and that's 7. Red Sox 10-44, that's 4. That will be a win for the Senators. White Sox and the Angels. White Sox 2-62, that is 5. Halos 3-54, that is 4. A win for the Pale Hose. Yankees and the Indians. Yankees 5-51, and that is 4. Indians 6-23, and that's 2. That's a win for the Yanks. Baltimore at Detroit. Can the Tigers get 1 win tonight? Orioles 10-15, that's 2. Tigers 2-23. Nope, that's 1. And the Orioles will win all 3 games. All they do is win. Minnesota at Oakland. Twins will have these 2 tomorrow night. Minnesota 14-32, and that is 4. Athletics 11-53, and that is 6. And the A's will get a win back. Kansas City and the Pilots. Kansas City 6-66, that is 8. Pilots 7-43, and that is 4. That's a win for the R's. Pirates and the Cubs. Pirates 9-32, and that's 3. Cubs 8-34, and that's 3. They will go to extras. Pirates roll a 1 plus 0. Cubs roll a 2 plus 0, and that's another win for the Cubs. Braves and the Reds. Braves 9-44, and that is 4. Reds 15-35, and that's 5. That game belongs to the Reds. Giants and the Astros. Giants 962, that is 6. Astros 1166, that's 10. And the Stros will get the win. Phillies and the Mets. After that horrible doubleheader, can my Mets win a game here? Phillies 761, and that's 6. Mets 1163, and that's 7. My Mets will get a happy recap there. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 1051, and that's 5. Padres 143, and that's 2. That's a win for the Dodgers. Expos and the Cardinals. Expos and the Cardinals. Gibson on the mound. Expos minus 161, that's 4. Cardinals 941, and that is also 4. They will go to extras. Expos roll a 5, minus 2 is 3. Cardinals roll a 3, plus 0 is 3. That's a tie, which means the Cardinals will win that game in extras by virtue of home field. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be September 7th. We will be at Oakland Alameda Coliseum. The top 2 teams in the American League West, the Minnesota Twins and the Oakland Athletics. Dave Boswell will be going for the Twins, and Fred Talbot will be going for the A's. Big matchup between those two. Minnesota, Oakland now, I think, 2.5 back of the Twins. Oakland held the lead in that division for most of this season, but the Twins have taken from them. What will happen tomorrow night? Twins and A's, Boswell and Talbot. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Baltimore Orioles decide to go ahead and put the cats and put them in a very big crate and take them to the vet. It's a win for the Orioles tonight, 2-1. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.